Okay, welcome everyone to a long, long time ago. We are back for another top 10 TVC Most Wanted. Martin's picking out his card backs that he wants added to the vintage collection. And this week, we're going to do the Mandalorian. Hasbro have been doing a fair few announcements, so this is what we want or what Martin wants as of the time of recording. I should probably put in because we've been caught out before. Now, on the Mandalorian card backs at the moment, there are 52 carded Mandalorian figures. And Martin has guaranteed me that there will be absolutely no more Mandalorians in his list. We don't need any more of those. We don't need any
Too
more.
many Mandalorians.
There's plenty. There's enough as it is. So, with the 3 seasons so far, then, Martin, we know there's a movie, but we don't know what characters are going to be in it, apart from maybe Mandalorian and Grogu. But yeah. Enough said. Let's get into our top 10. Number 10.
Okay, number 10, I have gone for Gore Koresh. Now, I know, Adam, you're thinking, Gore Koresh, yeah, he's a great character. But just for those that can't remember who that is, that's the one-eyed alien who the Mandalorian goes to visit in episode 1, right at the beginning of season 2.
Yeah.
And the 2 Gamorrean guards are having a fight in the ring. And he's voiced by John Leguizamo.
Yeah, John Leguizamo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's kind of a cool looking guy, one-eyed guy, sort of a mob boss type character. And he comes to a sticky end, doesn't he, after a couple of minutes. But I really like the look of this character. Very Star Warsy in my mind.
Very
so
cool.
yeah, love to see him on the TVC. Gore Koresh, number 10.
Good start. Let's go on to number 9 then.
So yeah, number 9, I have gone for Dr. Pershing. He is obviously not the most pivotal character in The Mandalorian, but quite an important one because he's in quite a lot of episodes and he's quite a big plot point. And obviously he's been working on the cloning as well. That is going to be somehow linked to Palpatine's return, I'm sure, in some way or another. He's, as I say, not the most exciting character in the world, but I think it'd be really cool to have him on a vintage card. So number 9, Dr. Pershing.
No, agreed. I think he should be in there. I don't know how he hasn't got a card back yet, to be honest. I think the actor must be a bit upset about that too. But number 8 then.
Well, number 8, that's fortuitous you mentioned that, because number 8, the actor who played Carson Teva, who was my number 8, was quite angry that he didn't have an action figure. So I had to replace him after, was it last week or the week before, we had the announcement that Carson Teva was going to be brought out. So I've changed my number 8 to Dr. Mandible. Now, Dr. Mandible he looks like a praying mantis. And he's seen in the Tatooine Cantina bar, and he's playing cards with Peli Motto when the Mandalorian comes to visit in one of the episodes. And it's a throwback to the original Cantina scene back in 1977, because George Lucas obviously didn't have the budget, so he was just putting in all sorts of props and characters from and they did look really bad until he brought out the special edition and replaced a lot of them with CGI and better looking aliens. And Dr. Mandible, I'm not sure that was his actual name back then, but I'm sure there was in the original Star Wars film there was a praying mantis type character at the bar that was replaced with special edition. So it'd be a cool little throwback. Obviously the HasLab Cantina's coming out soon, so that would be a cool character to have standing at the bar as well for when that comes out. So number 8, Dr. Mandible.
Fair enough. Okay, number. Well, I can't remember the guy too well, so I've got to respond like that, to be honest. But number 7, let's go on.
Okay, number 7, Kelleran Beq, or Jedi Master Kelleran Beq. Obviously played by Ahmed Best, who voiced and performed as Jar Jar Binks in the prequel trilogy. I liked his character. He wasn't in it very much. I felt a little bit let down by the lightsaber choreography in that scene a little bit, but that's going off topic, sorry. But he looked cool. I loved the robes. It was kind of a throwback to the Jedi of old. in a certain series we won't mention. And but I quite liked the robes that he wore.
Yeah.
Had a very pivotal role, obviously, in saving Grogu from Order 66. I hope they continue that story a little bit, because it'd be cool to know what happened next. But
he made it out alive, did he? I can't remember.
We didn't see. I don't think. I think. I think. Oh, you know what? I don't know, Adam. I don't. I think he. Yes, he did. Sorry. Yes, he jumped on the Naboo starfighter.
Yeah.
Well, not the starfighter, but the royal yacht. And he flew off out of Coruscant, and the Naboo royal guards stayed behind to sort of distract the clone troopers. So yeah, he did make it off planet. So chances are we might see him again.
May see a return. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so number 7, Kelleran Beq.
Okay, good. Number 6.
Okay, number 6, I have gone for Captain Gilead or Gilad Pellaeon.
Okay.
Now, he appeared in the Imperial Shadow Council as a hologram when all of the Empire got together, or the remnants of the Empire, all the leaders got together in season 3. I don't know if you remember, they all appeared as holograms. And I really want him because he's kind of a throwback to the Heir of the Empire trilogy. And he was Grand Admiral Thrawn's right-hand man in that trilogy.
Right.
So obviously we have Ahsoka. We had Grand Admiral Thrawn make his live-action debut. So I'm hoping at some point in the future these two characters will, reform. So Captain Pellaeon will be his right-hand man again in season 2 of Ahsoka, or perhaps in the movie that we see down the future. I don't know, but it'd be great to have him. Now, I must admit, I know he's being released already.
Oh, right.
In the vintage collection. Yeah, there was an Heir to the Empire special action figure 3-pack, which was announced before Christmas in 2024, with Captain Gilad Pellaeon on it, but it's on an Heir to the Empire card. So I would actually like to see a photoreal version of him from this show, so that we the same as we will do with, obviously, we've had with Grand Admiral Thrawn. So that's my reason for choosing him. I know it seems like I'm cheating a little bit, but I promise that's the reason I want him, because I love those books so much, and seeing him for the first time in live action was great. So yeah, that's my number 6, Captain Gilad Pellaeon.
Okay, well, that's the halfway point for that. Those ones. Let us know in the comments, as always, who you think will be your number 1. And if you agree with Martin's picks, let's move into his top 5. Number 5, Martin.
Number 5, I have gone for, again, another character which seems to be in The Mandalorian every season, if not a few times, is Peli Motto. Again, not the best character in The Mandalorian, dare I say.
Look,
not my favourite character.
I'm completely in agreement with you. This one keeps coming up on the March Madness lists every single year, as long as we've been doing this. And to be honest, I don't love the character. I don't mind Amy Sedaris, the actress. I think she's a good actress, but this it's kind of cheesy. I find it a bit annoying, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I totally get. No, that's fine. I get what you're saying, and I think in small doses it's fine, and that was fine in the first season or 2, because she wasn't. But then as soon as Book of Boba Fett happened, and then season 3, she seemed to be all of a sudden a main character, or not a main character, but appearing a lot more. And she's great in small doses, sort of sorting out little problems. But when she becomes in Book of Boba Fett, going off subject, when she becomes like part of the big action scene in the final episode, it's kind of like, yeah, no, it's the comedy doesn't sit right with me. But saying that, I think she's one character in The Mandalorian that does need to be on a vintage card, and that's probably why she appears in March Madness, and that's why she's on my list as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, number 4 then.
So number 4 is Valin Hess. Now, Valin Hess is the antagonistic Imperial officer on the Imperial base that Migs Mayfield and the Mandalorian infiltrate, and he's sitting down at the table, and Migs Mayfield loses it with him, and then shoots him in the head, and which obviously then alerts
sparks
the breakout,
and
that's right. Yeah. Now, man, I'm sure you'll agree. What a great actor this guy was, and just oozed evil, didn't he? He was just everything you'd expect, like perhaps an Imperial officer to be like. He played him perfectly. So I know we've got the mold now for Imperial officers, so it'd be very easy for Hasbro to stick this one together. And I'd love him on a TVC card back. So number 4, Valin Hess.
Yeah, excellent. And as always, it is the card backs that we're looking out for. It's not so much the figure, because, like you say, there's plenty of Imperial officers in there. It is always the card back that you're looking at. So yeah. Top 3 then. Number 3.
Okay, number 3, I've gone for Q90 or just Zero, and he was kind of the bounty hunter droid. I don't suppose he was a bounty hunter, but he was on the rescue when they were trying to break out the Twi'lek brother.
Yeah, voiced by Richard Ayoade.
That's right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And he stayed on the ship while they were breaking into the prison ship. And he discovered Grogu was hiding in the ship somewhere, and Mando had to obviously take him out so that he didn't, tell them what he'd found. But he kind of reminds me of a kind of a 4-LOM, or 4-LOM, or Zuckus, whichever one, depending on which Kenner cardback you look at. He looks a bit like him, but he's much more, I don't know, modernized. I would say he's got a lot more to him. And he's a great looking character. So he would look not only awesome as a figure, but also on a card back as well. So yeah, as soon as I saw him, I really liked him, and I thought he looked very, very Star Warsy. So number 3, Q90.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Number 2 then.
Okay, number 2, I have gone for Captain Lang. Now, Captain Lang was the character in the episode The Jedi from season 2, and he was played by Michael Biehn. And he was the guy who obviously was in charge at the compound where the Mandalorian and Ahsoka were trying to get in there so that she could get the information about Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah,
and I love Michael Biehn. He's in so many of my favorite films. Every time I see him facing off with the Mandalorian, I always want to say, "I'm your Huckleberry." It's just a little shout out there to Val Kilmer. Shame we lost him this week.
R.I.P.
I love that character. I love his look. Again, it looks really Star Warsy. Gritty, grungy character. It looks like worn world type character. He's got a real history. Yeah, exactly. He looks like he's got a real good history, and you'd love to read a book or see an animated show about him. He's that good a character. So number 2, Captain Lang, please.
Yep, I like that one. Okay, let's hear it then. Number 1 for the Mandalorian.
I had to do a bit of switching around here, because my original number 1 was the Imperial Armored Commando, which has been announced. I think it was in February's Pulse live stream, and it's even though it's on a deluxe card, which is a bit disappointing. I'll still count it as a release, because I love these. When I saw these, I was like, wow, these are the best troopers I've seen in a while. I think having a squad of these would be awesome, and I think they look fantastic. But Hasbro beat me to the punch before I'd done this list, so I've changed it around a bit. So my number 1 is, and I believe this is always on a lot of people's March Madness lists, and it is The Client.
Yeah.
Absolute shocker that we haven't had him yet. Werner Herzog, isn't it, Adam?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
You're not going to get me to do the...
I'm trying to get him to do his impression. It's so good. In the comments, everybody, Adam, you need to do your impression. Great character. Again, exudes acting brilliance, and a brilliant character in the show. It's a shame he kind of got taken out early at the end of season 1 because he was great. He's one of those actors that doesn't have to say much, does he? He's just oozes class. And it's just brilliant. So that's why he's number 1. I mean, he's probably one of the best characters that's been in The Mandalorian in all 3 seasons. So I'm sure as well there's some great images of him that could be used for the card back as well. So without a doubt, number 1, The Client.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I didn't actually have your list to hand this time because of the fact that you had to make some changes. And one of the questions I was thinking about throughout this entire episode was, have they made the client yet? So when it comes to my pick, I'm going to go with the client as well, because I thought that, he's either definitely been made or Martin's just forgotten about him. I don't know. So yeah, my pick, number one, the client. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Now we've always got to come to you again to see what your vehicle or creature or whatever will be, playset, if you like. What is that this week?
Okay, so my bonus vehicle I have chosen, and I purposely obviously didn't choose any Mandalorians because we've had far too many of those, but I have gone for a Mandalorian ship, and I've gone for the Mandalorian Gauntlet Starfighter, which is the one with the sort of the round back and then the two long pointy wings that come out of the front. Bo-Katan starship, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, I love that ship, and I love the way the wings sort of spin round as well. I think that could be an easily done TVC vehicle. So yeah, I'd love to see that.
Good. That's pretty good. I don't mind that. Yeah. Cool. Well, that is it then this week. What are we going to do next week? Are we going to cover the Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah, I think let's do Book of Boba Fett next week, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, make sure you're subscribed then so you don't miss Martin's picks for that. Hit like on this one and make sure you comment as well, because we want to hear what your number one pick is and, if there's anything missing off Martin's list. So we'll catch you next time. See you later.
Bye.